So, good afternoon to all. আশা করি আজকে ওয়েদার
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
আজকে
sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
গুড আফটারনুন। আজকে সেকেন্ড হাফটা খুব ভয়াবহ, প্রচুর বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে চারিদিকে। আশা করি তোমাদের দিকেও প্রচুর বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে, কাল থেকেই
হ্যাঁ
হচ্ছে।
স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার, প্রচন্ড বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে।
স্যার সকাল থেকে হচ্ছে স্যার।
এই ওয়েদারে ক্লাস করতে খুব বলাটাও বা পড়াটাও খুব কষ্টদায়ক, কারণ
এক্স্যাক্টলি স্যার।
এই ওয়েদারে একটাই জিনিস ভালো লাগে, সেটা ঘুমোতে। সকাল থেকে সেটা সম্ভব হয়নি। এই তোমাদের ক্লাসটা
স্যার
নিয়ে,
সত্যি স্যার খুব ঘুম পাচ্ছে।
হ্যাঁ স্বাভাবিক ব্যাপার। আমার তো আরো বেশি হচ্ছে, আমি সকাল থেকে চলছে। তো actually তোমাদেরটা নিয়ে তারপর শুতে যাবো। আমি সব রেডি করে এসেছি একদম। মানে যাই হোক, তোমাদের যেটা মেন ব্যাপার সেটা হচ্ছে তোমাদের এথিক্স এর ক্লাসটা এখনো হচ্ছে না। অ্যাকচুয়ালি সুপ্রিয়া ম্যাডাম আউট অফ স্টেশন থাকবেন কিছুদিন, সেই জন্য উনি আমার ক্লাসগুলো নিয়েছেন কিছু। নেক্সট দিন থেকে আমি নেব হয়তো। থার্সডে মনে হয় সুপ্রিয়া ম্যাডামের ফার্স্ট ক্লাস আছে, ওই ক্লাসটা আমিই নেব হয়তো। আহ, কারণ আমার যদিও সেকেন্ড ইয়ারের মানে থার্ড সেমিস্টারের পরপর দুটো ক্লাস আছে একসঙ্গে, মানে ওই সময়। তো একটা ক্লাসকে কাটল করে তোমাদের ক্লাসটা ফার্স্টে নেবো হয়তো, বৃহস্পতিবার, এখনো কনফার্ম নেই, দেখা যাক কি হয়। তো অনেকেই দেখলাম বই, যেটা প্রথমে ডিসকাস করে নিয়েছি, বই পাওয়াটা, বই পেয়েছো কিন্তু খুলতে পারছো না। আমার কাছে পিডিএফ ফরম্যাটে, আমার ল্যাপটপে কিন্তু বইটা খুলছে অ্যাজ ইউজুয়াল। গুগল ড্রাইভে এটা খুলবে কিন্তু বইটা পিডিএফ ফাইলেই আমার মনে হচ্ছে। অনেকের খুলেছে, এরকম হয়েছে যে বইটা ওপেন হয়েছে কারো কারো।
হ্যাঁ স্যার ওপেন হয়েছে স্যার আমার।
হ্যাঁ স্যার হয়েছে ওপেন।
যাদের যাদের ওপেন হয়েছে তারা একটু, যাদের হয়নি তাদেরকে একটু হেল্প করে দিও। কারণ এই বইটা সবচেয়ে ভাইটাল বই। এই বইটা অর্গানাইজেশন বিহেভিয়ারের বেস্ট বই। ইট উইল বি রিকোয়ার্ড বাই ইউ ফর মাস্টার্স। কারণ এই ছাড়াও এই বইটা
স্যার
স্যার আপনার
শোনা
আওয়াজ ব্রেক
যাচ্ছে না,
হচ্ছে স্যার।
ভয়েসটা কাটছে স্যার।
যাচ্ছে না, আসলে আমি তো একদম ইয়েতেই আছে। একদমই শোনা যাচ্ছে না এবার?
না স্যার এবার ঠিক আছে
স্যার এইবার শোনা যাচ্ছে ঠিকঠাক।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, তাহলে হয়তো তো বৃষ্টি হচ্ছে তো সেই জন্য একটা গন্ডগোল আর কি, সেটাও একটা প্রবলেম হতে পারে। যাই হোক, তো বইটা যাদের খোলেনি, মানে যারা বইটাকে ওপেন করতে পারেনি পিডিএফ ফাইলে, তারা যারা পেরেছো তারা একটু অন্যদের হেল্প করে দিও। আমি হয়তো সবগুলো মেলে পাঠাইনি এখনো, কিন্তু আমি নোটস গুলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি তখন সময় ছিল না, তাই যতজনের সামনে হাতের সামনে পেয়েছি ততজনেরটা পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছি, ততজনকে, বাকিদেরকে ওই জন্য বলেছি একটু সাপ্লাই করে দিতে। কিন্তু এরপরে যখন নোটস ফোটস গুলো দেবো তখন আমি চেষ্টা করবো যে সকলকে যাতে ইন্ডিভিজুয়ালি সেগুলোকে পৌঁছে দেওয়া যায় আর কি।
স্যার বলছি স্যার যদি গুগল ক্লাসরুম যদি অ্যাকাউন্ট থাকে স্যার ওইখানে দিলে তো সবাই পেয়ে যাবে, কারণ ওখানে জয়েন
গুগল
করলে
গুগল
সবার।
ক্লাসরুম অ্যাকচুয়ালি এত ক্লাসরুম আর অ্যাকাউন্ট আমি করতে চাই না, মানে এতে অনেক প্রবলেম হয়। এত চারিদিকে এতগুলো যদি সমস্যা হয়, কারণ এই থার্ড সেমিস্টারে আবার আলাদা আলাদা পোর্টাল করতে হয়েছে সমস্ত স্পেশালাইজেশনের, বুঝতে পারছো তো? এতগুলো গন্ডগোল হয়ে যাচ্ছে। কালকে যেমন ক্লাসে থেকে গন্ডগোল, আগে লিঙ্ক পাঠিয়ে দিয়েছিলাম, সেই লিঙ্কটা কখন ডিলিট হয়ে গেছে জানি না, তখন আমার ক্লাসের সময় আবার নতুন করে লিঙ্ক পাঠাতে হলো। এত ইয়ে থাকলে মুশকিল হয়। আর আর 2-1 মাস ওয়েট করো, আমার মনে হয় নভেম্বর ডিসেম্বরের মধ্যে আমরা ফেস টু ফেস হতে পারবো আর কি। তখন আর কোনো প্রবলেম হবে না আশা করা যায়, মানে নভেম্বর ডিসেম্বর হার্ডলি আর কি। তার মধ্যে
স্যার
স্কিল।
আপনি দুটো বই পাঠিয়েছিলেন।
হ্যাঁ আমি দুটো বই পাঠিয়েছি, একটা ফরেন রাইটারের।
হ্যাঁ
স্যার একটা বই এসছে আর একটা ওপেন হচ্ছে না।
স্টিফেন
স্যার
রবিন্স।
বলছি স্যার বলছি এখানে তো মেসেজ করা যাচ্ছে না এই গ্রুপটাতে, তো একটা আমরা স্টুডেন্ট গ্রুপ যদি একটা করে নেই, ওখানে তো যার প্রবলেম ওরা মেসেজ করে করতে পারি না?
হ্যাঁ মেসেজ করতে পারো, কোনো অসুবিধা নেই, কিন্তু সেই
না,
রকম।
এই যে গ্রুপটা রয়েছে এটা তো মেসেজ করা যায় না, যারা শুধু এখানে হোস্ট তারাই মেসেজ করতে পারছে না।
না না, নিজের স্টুডেন্টদের গ্রুপ আছে একটা।
তো
স্টুডেন্টদের গ্রুপ।
আমার নাম্বারটা বলছি একটু অ্যাড করে দেবে।
ঠিক আছে, তুমি পরে আমাকে পিন করে দিও এই নাম্বারে, আমি add করে দেবো।
গুড
ওকে স্যার।
আফটারনুন স্যার।
হ্যাঁ গুড আফটারনুন, বলো। কিছু বলছো? না যাই হোক।
না না স্যার বলছি ওই একটা আছে স্টিফেন রবিন্সের একটা আছে আর
হ্যাঁ,
একটা।
আর একটা এল এম প্রসাদের।
হ্যাঁ এলএম
দুটোই
প্রসাদ।
বেস্ট বই, মানে অভির। তা এল এম প্রসাদটা মনে হয় ওপেন হচ্ছে না, তাই তো?
না স্যার আমার ওপেন।
হ্যাঁ, যাদের যাদের
স্যার ওপেন হচ্ছে না।
যাদের যাদের ওপেন হচ্ছে না, অনেকেরই ওপেন হয়েছে, তারা একটু অন্যদেরকে একটু হেল্প করে দিও যে কি কোন ড্রাইভে গেলে ওপেন করতে হবে। ন্যাচুরালি গুগল ড্রাইভে এটা খুলে
স্যার
যাচ্ছে।
গুগল ড্রাইভে ওপেন হচ্ছে স্যার, অন্য কিছু তো করতে
গুগল
হচ্ছে না।
ড্রাইভ যদি তোমার ল্যাপটপে যা ইনস্টল না করা থাকে তাহলেই প্রবলেম হবে। তো না করা থাকলে প্রবলেম করে নিয়ে আসবে ওইটা। ওটা পিডিএফ এই আছে, কিন্তু গুগল ড্রাইভে আছে ওটা। আর বইটা অনেক বড়, তো প্রায় 850-900 পাতার বই মনে হয় ওটা। তো যার জন্য। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, 500 কতগুলো, সরি ওইটা না, আরেকটা বই, সেটা পাঠাইনি আমি যদি। আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ওকে ওকে ওকে।
আমি যা শেয়ার করেছি একবার অনেকজন ডাউনলোড করিনি।
আচ্ছা ওকে।
ডাউনলোড হলে আমাকে একটু পাঠিয়ে দিস না,
তা পাঠিয়ে দেবো গ্রুপে।
ঠিক
গ্রুপে
ঠিক
একটু
আছে।
পাঠিয়ে দিস।
ওকে। So আগের দিন যেখানে শেষ করেছিলাম, let us start from the second portion of this organizational behavior, and I have started the chapter 1. So um, in the second portion, the matter is related to the key elements of organization behavior. Or I have told you about what is organization behavior, how it react, how important it is. Importance will become later. So what are the key elements of organization behavior? Whenever you are considering key elements, key means the special main elements. So organizational behavior is related, mainly related with the people. So in case of key element, so you have to consider the people, what kind of people you are dealing with inside and outside the organization. The people dealing inside the organization is very difficult compared to the outside organization, because outside organizational people, you don't have any idea because they are mainly the customer, dealer, distributor, etc. So whenever you will deal with these people, the main thing is required by any organization is to supply the best quality product. If you can supply the best quality product with efficient price, with efficient packaging, with efficient supply chain network, then naturally what will happen that nobody, including the distributor, dealer, even the customers, will not bother about the matter, because if you can provide good percentage of profit to the distributor, dealer, retailer, automatically they will push the product to the customer, and if the customer be satisfied with the product, then automatically they will purchase your product. So dealing with the outside people is not difficult for any organization if they are honest in business. But whenever you will deal with the people inside the organization, because inside people are fixed, outside people are always variable, because every time you can change your distributor, dealer, customer can be changed, everything can be changed. But whenever you are considering inside organizational people, they are fixed, because the people who are employing in the organization, most of the time they are working inside the organization altogether. So maintaining the peace, harmony, all sort of say discrepancies, all sort of disputes is very essential to continue the functioning of the organization. Then you have to consider the say structural aspects. So structural aspects is related to the how the organization is formed. You will see that if you have a small organization, say suppose you have a small say industry having say 10 to 12 people, then you will see that the person who is the owner of the organization, naturally he maintain all sort of aspects relating to the finance, relating to the HR, relating to the marketing, etc. But if the organization be huge, say if you have 500, 600, 1 lakh, 1,000 employees at it all together, then controlling all these employees, controlling all the departments are very difficult. So every time you need to have a proper structural formation along with the say activities. If the activities of the structure and the formation of the structure be perfect, then automatically the organization would run in a proper way. And if there be any difficulties or dispute relating to the structural formation, then all sort of anarchy relating to the internal dispute, relating to the say pricing, all things are happening. So this is the main structure. That's why the organization who can control or maintain a good organizational structure along with the functioning, that organization can sustain in the market for long run period. You will see there are a lot of organizations existing in the economy who have started more than 100 years. They are functioning in a proper way till now. And you will see there are a lot of organizations who have started for last 2-3 years or 10 years. Then after certain kind of discrepancies, the organization abolishes in the market. I think there is a burning example, you know it, that there was a biscuits company named Priya Biscuit. I think most of you know this organizational name. So once this organizational functioning of this biscuit manufacturing industry was very good, but last 1 and 2 years it has submerged. You will not find that product in the market to a large extent, because the organization is in sick condition and it has already been collapsed. So maintaining the organization in a proper way, it's very essential. That depends on how the people who are controlling the organization, how they are efficient enough to control their activities, to control their functioning, to control their business, etc. Then you have to consider the technological aspect. The organization who can adopt technology according to the change of the sequences or situation, that organization sustain in the market for a long period of time. There were so many organizations in the economy, you know, most of you have heard about Kodak, you have heard about Fuji, you have heard about Hindustan Motors, say Ambassador Car. So all these organizations, you have heard about Nokia, all these organization was number one once in the field of industry. But these organizations have been collapsed because of they could not able to say accommodate or could not able to change themselves according to the change of the technology, and that's why these organizations have been collapsed. In say film industry, Fuji and Kodak was number one, but along with the change of the say technological aspects in the photography session, so they could not able to do their adapt with the situation. Likewise, the ambassador, if ambassador was uncomparable car in Indian market, but that the ambassador car till now, the person or the people who have that organized ambassador car of the Hindustan Motors, that is running in a good till now it is running, but the organization could not able to change their design, their technology along with the change of the situations. You will see that within next 10 to 15 years, all these diesel say petrol car engine will be collapsed, and if the Maruti or the Hyundai etc., all these organizations, if they cannot change themselves according to the change with the situation, then these organizations will also be abolished from the economy. But already this organization has adopted the electronic card system, and they are changing their technology along with the changing in the demand. So it is very essential for the whenever you are considering any elemental aspects relating to the organization, then you have to consider the interactive behavioral aspects relating to the organization. That behavior is related to business, that the organization who is functioning or producing or manufacturing any kind of product, they cannot do everything by themselves. Suppose if you consider say a four-wheeler, all the parts and the ingredients of that four-wheeler does not manufactured by the organization itself. There are so many, say you can consider that more than 80% parts and all these aspects are they have the contact with other firms who are manufacturing these, and taking the product from them, they assemble the product inside the organization. Naturally, what you know, I think you people know this matter, that what the Tata tried in Singur with the implementation of technology through this nano car, that they wanted to manufacture the entire system inside the organization. They will not do that. They will implement several organizations who will manufacture their product inside the organization with their unit, and they will supply to the Tata inside the organization, and Tata will manufacture nano car. The outlook and the vision of the Tata, these nano car was very prominent, very bright. But the system has compelled them to change the aspects, because you cannot blame any one person for this collapse of this industrial setup. So there are a lot of big industry were also influenced behind the collapse of this organization, because these organization did not want the car will be manufactured in so low price, and that will be supplied in the market at so low prices, and the volume of sale would naturally be increased. And if the volume of sales naturally increase, then automatically the demand, the business of the other field of industry who are manufacturing the same kind of product, that will be collapsed. So this was the motto of behind the collapse of this Tata, and they took the help of this political party, and that's why it has been closed. So, but the outlook later, you will see that later after collapse of this Tata Nano, there were several organizations like Hyundai, like say many other organizations who are now manufacturing the small cars at low prices. So as the market has been lost by Tata, and they are trying to grab that market with supplying the product at low price, small cars, etc. So it was a game in the field of organizational behavior. So whenever you are considering interactive behavior relating to aspect of any manufacturing unit, you will see that interactions means that with whom you are dealing. That for your কেউ একজন অন করা আছে, একটু প্লিজ অফ করো, নয়তো ভাইব্রেশন হচ্ছে। So interactive behavior is mainly relating to whom you are actually dealing. Dealing means that you are taking this or you are purchasing the raw materials for your final product. It is very essential. The organization who can control or who can maintain this supply chain network and this inventory control system in a proper way, that the possibility of sustaining in the market of that organization be very high. Then you have to consider the environmental aspects. It's one of the major factor in these elemental aspects of organization behavior. Whenever you are producing or manufacturing anything, any unit, the environment is required to be very good, because environment is relating to the transportation, environment relating to the say several factors, relating to the design structure, relating to the performance, relating to the availability of raw materials, relating to the availability of say your skilled or unskilled employee. All these things are relating within the environment. Environment does not mean that whether it is raining or it is or winter, etc. only. There are a lot of factors which are required for maintaining a proper environment factor, because you will see that in say if you consider in Rajasthan or any remote area of any remote area where nobody lives, there can the industry can be established in those areas, but there are a lot of difficulties relating to the availability of the say employees,
Transportation.
transportation, electricity, water, raw materials, lot of factors are related. So every time you have to consider these factors for the elemental aspects of organization behavior. Now we are coming to the area of the scope. Scope means opportunity. What kind of opportunity are related to the organizational behavioral aspects? You will see there are lot of factors relating to the whenever you are considering the scope of any organization. So you can consider the leadership, what kind of leadership the organization is having. So you know the CEO of Google, say Sundar Pichai, is not an ordinary person. He has reached that place for his own quality, own ability. You know that there is a story behind this reaching of Sundar Pichai as a CEO of that Google company. I will tell you that story one day. I think most of you know this story. I don't know. Then I will tell it to you on one day. So they are required the motivational aspects. If the employees are motivated properly, then automatically the opportunity of producing lot of products and opportunity to grab the demand in the market would be possible. The influential aspects to the employees by the organization is very essential, because if the employees are motivated to work properly, then automatically what will happen? Then if you can compensate the employees what they actually want, mainly the employees want what? Employees want good salary, good environment for work, good environment to environmental say maintaining a good environmental harmony inside the organization, getting lot of opportunities relating to the education of his or her child, relating to the leave, relating to the say tour facilities, etc. If you can provide all these aspects to the employees, then you will see the employee will not leave the job. They will be more intensive to do his activities or her activities inside the organization. This is the normal trend of any organization who are functioning inside the market. Then how you can create an effective team and group? This is very essential. Whenever you are functioning for any say organizational activity, the teamwork or the group work very essential. You know that the people who have already have experience, or I'm telling you from the earlier point of view, that in most of the organization you will see that suppose a person working in the field of say HR or say finance or operations, whenever they leave the job, naturally they leave the job in an isolated way. Single, suppose X person was working inside inside an organization. Certainly, he or she got a good opportunity to another organization. He shifts himself. But whenever the marketing people, especially the marketing head or etc., uh, gets any good opportunity to other organization, then what he do? First, he'll leave the job individually or alone. Then, after working there for a few days, he tried to grab the entire team with whom he used to work earlier. Because in marketing, the teamwork, the group work is very essential. Because understanding to each other or each people, if you have it from last 2 years, 3 years, or few years back, then automatically what will be happening? The functioning of the organization would be good. So where he will be shifted, the main motto of any organization is selling the product. You know that if the product are not being sold in the market, then automatically revenue will not generate. Then automatically the other departments like say market, finance department, HR department, all these department will not be required, because every time every good is produced for marketization, that means for sale. If the sale or the marketing is being done properly, then automatically the sustainability of the organization would be visible, otherwise not. So every time you have to consider or create an effective team and group, then you have to consider the perceptual aspects. Perceptual means that understanding, that how much you can understand your employees, how much you are being able to understand the nerve of the people, what people are actually wanting, how much you have the ability to see the future of the product. That forecasting is very essential for the sustainability of any organization or in any product. You know that I'm telling this at 20, 25 years back, when lot of PCOs that were from where you could do STD, ISD, etc., were established and set up in everywhere, in every lane, মানে গলিতে অলিতে গলিতে মুদিখানা দোকানে সব জায়গায় ছোট ছোট পিসিও বসানো এসটিডি আইএসডি করার জন্য। But after 20 years, now it would be very difficult to find any STD or ISD or PCO booth, because the situation has been changed. That means perceptual aspects have been changed. Before, say, coming of this mobile or this Android phone, before coming of the mobile, there was a product that was called pager. তোমরা জানো কিনা জানি না, তোমরা শুনেছো কিনা জানি না, মোবাইল মার্কেটে আসার আগে পেজার ছিল। পেজারে মেসেজ আসতো, মেসেজকে সার্কুলেট করে দিত আরেকটা জায়গায়, মানে আমরা
Yes,
যখন
sir.
SMS করি সেই SMS এর মতো pager ছিল। I have seen it. That time I was in college. That time the pager came in the market, and the sustainability of the pager for very short period, মানে খুব অল্প দিনের জন্য পেজারকে মার্কেটে প্রচুর এক্সপানশন হয়েছিল, কিন্তু পেজারের সাস্টেনেবিলিটি আসেনি, বিকজ the satisfaction level, that the perception of the people was not so high, because they were not satisfied. Now you can be satisfied with your Android set, because there are a lot of applications you are doing, you can have, or whatever you are requiring. Suppose what we are facing at present, this is this pandemic situation for last 1.5 year, more than 1.5 year. So if it could happen 20 years back or 25 years back, then what could happen? এরকম অনলাইনে যেটুকু ক্লাস করা যাচ্ছে সেটুকুও করা যেত না, তুমি কোথায় পেতে? কিছুই পেতে না। সো দিস আর দ্য নর্মাল থিং দিস কুড হ্যাপেন। সো তখন কি হতো? তখন এভরিথিং কুড বি কোলাপসড, এন্টায়ার সিস্টেম কুড বি কোলাপসড। So these are the factors, these are the perceptual aspects you have to consider at the very beginning whenever you are in the operational field. So you will see that within next 10 to 15 years, there will be like the PCOs, what it were earlier. There will be the charging center, electric car charging center, that may be related to two-wheeler, four-wheeler, everything. রাস্তার মোড়ে মোড়ে মানে দুহাত অন্তর অন্তর একটা করে চার্জিং সেন্টার হবে, because that will be required. That time, soon after 20-25 years, you will see that there will be no requirement of any petrol or diesel. So all this petrol pump will be collapsed within next 15 to 20 years. So these are the perception. The organization who could read that perception properly, then that organization could be, say, they would be able to sustain in the market, because they are changing themselves according to the change of with the demand of the people. Already there are so many cars are running, এখন তো সরকারি বাস ফাসও চলছে সব ইলেকট্রিক কার, পেট্রোল ছাড়া। ফোর হুইলার যে কায়া কেআইএ ফোর হুইলার গুলো চলে সব ইলেকট্রিক কার। So already Ola is coming in the market. Same, you will see the change. You will understand the uh,
Sir, it will compete with Ola can compete with Tata and Hyundai, Toyota, because they are also
all the
bringing their electric cars.
all the two-wheeler manufacturing industry, that suppose you consider the Bajaj, you consider the Hero, you consider the Honda, soon within next 15 to 20 years, they will change their modulation of production. They will shift from this kind of product to that kind of the organization who will able to shift themselves then and there with the changes of the technology. That organization will sustain in the market.
Sir, in four-wheeler market, in four-wheeler segment, Tata got subsidy in Nexon EV model.
Yeah, yeah.
So in few months, few years ago, they lost the subsidy from the government because
Yeah,
of the
that's why
range.
that's why you know that the actually what is we are jumping for that the price of petrol diesel is increasing. It's the intensity is different. The people, the government is trying to motivate the people to shift themselves from this energy level car to that energy level car. So it will be happening that whenever
But
this will
sir,
happen.
but
Sir,
sir,
but
if
the price of the electrical vehicles are much more higher
No,
comparatively to diesel and petrol vehicles.
suppose
no,
whenever
just
any product come in the market for the first time, the price of the product will very high. You will see when the competition will be in by and large, lot of organization will be manufacturing this kind of goods or this kind of product, then automatically the price of the product will decrease. That once the mobile phone was introduced in the market, at that time the call charge was per minute 17 to 20 rupees per minute. Now, what is the call charge? Actually, you do not calculate. We actually do not calculate the call charge. If you have recharge for 599, and if you want to talk 20 say 84 days, if you want to talk for 84 into 24 into 60 minutes, so you can talk it. There is no prohibition, and then the organization will not prohibit you anyway. So these are the opportunity will come in future within next 10 to 15 years, not more than that. So this will happen. At present, the price may be high, and it is the high time for the organization to get their investment, to get back their investment. That once they will be in the competition, full-fledged competition, then automatically they will have to reduce their price. You know you see that organization named say Ford. Ford is the most expensive, one of the most expensive car in the world. But whenever they have come in India, they are producing their, supplying their product at rupees 4 lakh, 5 lakhs, etc. The sustainability could not able to continue for the long run. There are a lot of problem relating to the aspect. তোমাদের ক্লাসে বলছিল না কোন ক্লাসে বলছিল সেই জন্য
sir,
অনেকদিন হ্যাঁ বলো
sir, আর একটা কোশ্চেন ছিল স্যার, যেটা হচ্ছে স্যার Mahindra got allegation in XUV 700 and Mahindra Thar. Right, in Australia has Jeep in Australia. The Mahindra Thar cannot be sell because of five door Mahindra Thar will be not be able to sell because they have took the inspiration model of Jeep Wrangler. Yeah.
Maybe we will see that if anything happening for short run period, that will be solved in the long run period, because both of these organization are trying to grab the world market. So whenever they will be in the clash with this their own interest, they will make an understanding between themselves. Maybe they are in the say disputing stage at present, but in future within short period of time, you will see they will make their understanding. But these are the normal happening for any organization. Suppose there was a huge clash between Coke and Pepsi earlier. Um, so that all these disputes they have solved it because these multinational organizations know that if they continue their disputes for a long period of time, that will affect their marketing ability in the long run. So they will not continue for a long period of time with these kind of disputes. That will be solved. You will
So
see
like
it.
Ford is leaving the India. Ford is leaving
That
India
is
because
for several reasons. Ford is leaving several technical reasons, and say you can consider the environmental aspects also
like
because
Fiat.
so there are a lot of factors relating that for Ford. One of the major factor is the after sale service problem. So Ford মানে যে কোনো অর্গানাইজেশন গুলো হয় কি whenever they are establishing to another say country, if they establish their organization in a full fledged to that country, then that is a different thing aspects. Say you'll see that say Samsung has entirely established their industry in India, in Noida. So and that's why they have closed their industry in China. So it would not be possible for the as Samsung has captured the world market in mobile phone. That's why you will see that the LG has been collapsed. So these are the inter-rivalry system that is happening. So in case of Ford, the same thing has happened because Ford has to face the competition relating to Maruti Suzuki, competition relating to Hyundai. So all these organizations who are who are already established in the Indian market in very well. Likewise, you will see that there was a product named Hire, Hire Freeze, you know it. So
Yes,
Hire
sir.
has also electronic product. It's a multinational organization, one of the major industry in the world economy. They could not able to sustain in the Indian market due to that kind of competition which they have faced. Because in India, already Samsung, Godrej are well established organization, and the motivation of the people are completely different compared to the other people of the world. The people who are in India, I will see that people are mostly biased not only in the consumption of the product, in every aspect, but because they don't want to take any risk or any further, say, exploration of the product or the market. They don't want to change their mind for a every time because they are capacity. অনেক মধ্যবিত্ত ফ্যামিলি থেকে একবারই গাড়ি কিনবো বাবা জীবনে, সেই গাড়িটা যেন ঠিকঠাক হয়, this is the target, this is the motion of everybody else. So they don't have that sort of money that they will change their car in every year. There are very people who changes their car every year. But most of the people, whatever they are purchasing, say whatever it may be fridge or it may be color television or it may be say anything else. So most of the people, as they are middle or lower middle class, they purchase their product for once in a lifetime. Mainly, it is their target. So every time they do not want to explore with other industry whom they are not accustomed. The people who are accustomed with the product which is existing in the Indian market for the long period of time, they are interested only to consume those products because they know that their forefather, their ancestor, their relatives, all these people have purchased the same thing. So they do not want to say explore with the new kind of product. Most of the cases, it is very essential. Then you have to consider, say, several aspects like management change in the conflict and stresses. The organization who provide less stress to the employees, the sustainability of the organization be very high. If the organization provide you in flexibility in work, then automatically you will be more satisfied with your organization. And if the organization imposes that you have to come within sharp 9, if it be 9 past 1, then your attendance will not be counted. And if you have to work for late night, then you have to work. If you want to leave the job at your duty hours is 9 to 6, so after 6 past 1 you are leaving for your home. So these are the hindrances. So every time you have to change your matter, like not only on from the employee's point of view, from the employer point of view also. Because every time if the employee and the employer be flexible in their work, then the working environment become very good. Then automatically you will see that if this kind of situation or situational aspect arises, then automatically the conflict will reduce. There will be less stress relating to the work. Then you have to consider the organizational developmental aspects. If the organization, later you will study one thing that is um, um, that is considered the research and development in organizational aspect. The organization explore themselves from X product to Y product when they have earned enough profit in the X product. So whenever the profit margin or the profit become very high, then automatically they shift from the X to Y, Y to Z, Z to other product, etc. So every time that kind of organizational development is required. আজকে তুমি 10 জনকে নিয়ে একটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রি তৈরি করলে, কালকে তোমার এক্সপানশনের সুযোগ আছে, তুমি আস্তে আস্তে ছোট একটা জায়গা কিনলে, সেখান থেকে there are lot of industry has been established this way. They started এই ধরো হিন্দুস্তান ইউনিলিভার শুরু হয়েছিল একটা বাড়ির সিঁড়ির তলার ঘরে, more than 100 years back. At that time the labor brother used to sell their produce door to door. So now the organization is where it is worldwide organization. It is highly accomplished, highly demanded, and they have versatility in their product range. So these are the aspects that is considered the organizational development in developmental perspective. Then you have to consider the, say, job design. Job design is relating to the what kind of job you have, how you are designing the matter. Designing is the matter is relating to the employee's perspective. Suppose if you have a production unit, you will see, if you be a technical person, then automatically the organization who are manufacturing certain XYZ kind of product, every time they want the specialty performance. So along with the specialty performance, the people who are related to the semi-skilled or unskilled, every time these people shift from one department to the other department, likewise to improve their skill. Nowadays, the organization provide you several kind of, say, industrial training, because whenever they are introducing any new kind of machineries for production, and it require lot of training to the employees, because if they don't have that sort of training or that sort of performance, then automatically they will not able to sustain in the market. These are the normal thing. This will happen, and this is happening whenever you will be in the job in near future. You will see that every time what will be happening, that if it be required for training, the organization will send you for training, that may be inside the organization or that may be outside the organization. That depends on several aspects. Now we are coming to the area of field of organizational behavior. Field means areas of organizational behavior. That means what kind of aspects is relating to the organizational behavior. The first aspect is relating to the organizational behavior is considered to be the psychological aspect. That means reaction, behavioral aspects of the human being. Human being, how they are reacting, what are their qualities. You will see, suppose the 10 employees are recruited for the same post, having the same qualifications, having the same salary. But certainly you will see that someone is more prominent compared to the others, and the people who are more prominent compared to the others, they will be given the advantages. And the people who are less qualitative but getting the same salary, having the same education, and getting the same post, well, if the organization be authentic and if the organization be very optimistic, then automatically they will try to improve the skill of these employees who are not up to the mark what they expected to be. Especially this is happening in case of private organization, because in government organization these things are not required. Once you have got the job, you are settled and you are secured forever. So if you don't do any kind of misbehavior relating to doing murder or anything else, your job is permanently secure. But in case of private organization, what is required every time you have to improve your quality, you have to be very cautious relating to your job performance, relating to your say what should I say, relating to your ability, relating to your sincerity, everything. So every time you have to have so several kind of deal with the several kind of psychological aspect. Then you will have to consider the sociological aspects. That means inside the organization, you will see that there are a lot of people who are employed, who are your colleagues or who are working with you, maybe belonging to several religions, maybe relating to several states with several different languages, different culture, etc. But every time, whenever the organization, we are in the same unit of working field, so it is the responsibility of all the persons along with the organization that they will look after the all sociological factors of these people relating to the group dynamism, relating to the communication aspect, relating to the structural and formal informal aspects, whatever it may be. So whenever these things will be happening, then automatically you will see that the a socio-psychological understanding will build up. So আমরা যেরকম হয় না, আমরা আমাদের উৎসবে যেমন অন্যরা পার্টিসিপেট করে, আমরা অন্যদের উৎসবে পার্টিসিপেট করি, বিকজ দ্য কালচারাল ডেভেলপমেন্ট হ্যাজ বিন বিল্ড আপ ইন সাচ এ ওয়ে, and the country where this kind of cultural development doesn't have, that country is biased. That country is biased relating to all kind of activities. দেখো না এই Afghanistan, these are they are the socio-psychological system is completely different because they are biased for a certain community, certain class, certain cultural aspects. So in organization, if you be biased relating to a certain cultural aspects or certain organization or certain religion aspect, then the sustainability of that organization is not possible. You will see that there in the world economy, the big organizations like Google, like IBM, like many others organizations, these people has mixed cultural people belonging to several countries, belonging to several religion, belonging to several ideological aspects. But whenever they are within the organization field, they are united. They are working for the all-out development of the organization. It is very essential. It is very essential for everything else, everybody else. And whenever you are considering all these aspects, there is another aspect is relating to the anthropological aspects. Anthropological aspects relating to the cultural study of the human beings. Cultural study of the human beings, that means cultural aspects, that is tradition, that is traditional aspect. You will see that in India, there is only one organization who provide সরকারি ক্ষেত্রগুলো ছেড়ে দাও, এরকম হয় যে স্টেট গভর্নমেন্টের ক্ষেত্রে হয় না, সেন্ট্রাল গভর্নমেন্টের ক্ষেত্রে হয়, যদি উইদিন দ্য ওয়ার্কিং পিরিয়ড ইফ এন এমপ্লয়ি ডাই, then automatically his son or daughter or wife gets the job. And this is happening in case of central government. But there is one organization that is startup who are providing job to their employees. Employees means who are working and the son or daughter of the employees. It is not secure that you will get the job. You will get the opportunity. It is up to you whether you are able to crack it or not. আমার একটা ছাত্র আছে, আমার এখানেই পড়েছিল বহু আগে, তার বাবা টাটাতে চাকরি করতো, সে 5 বার এবার আফটার পাসিং আউট এমবিএ from my college, he got the chance in Tata Steel after 5 years. 5 বছর পরীক্ষা দিয়েছে, দিয়ে প্রত্যেকবারই ক্র্যাক করতে পারেনি, but the fifth time he got the opportunity and he cracked the say examination, and he is now working in say Chennai in Tata Steel. So this is the anthropological aspects which are being provided by the good organization itself. Then you will see there is another factor, that is political aspects, and that is very essential. The environment, political environment is required to be good whenever any organization is functioning in the field of the economy. So you know that you are quite accustomed whether or you are quite say experienced relating to the matter. এটা আমাকে বলে দিতে হবে না. The organization which have getting good political environment in the state, there you will see the flourishment of lot of industries happening. Like say you can consider the Gujarat, you can consider Rajasthan, you can consider Andhra Pradesh, you can consider say Karnataka, Chennai, there are Odisha, even Bihar at present. But you will not get that environment in our state. That's why there is a lack in industrialization, and I think it will not be happening in near future also. So this is very essential if you want to continue for the establishment of industry, because industry will come if the state have stable political environment. যে এই তোলাবাজি গুন্ডাবাজি এইসব নেই, কিছু থাকবে না, and that the opportunity of providing or establishment of the industry will be happening without any kind of disturbances, then automatically industry will be there. আমরা যেমন কোথায় আমরা বাস করতে ভালোবাসি, আমরা সেখানেই বাস করতে ভালোবাসি যেখানে কোনো গন্ডগোল থাকবে না, যে কোনো মানুষই সবসময় শান্তপ্রিয় মানুষ, শান্তি চায়। তো লাইকওয়াইজ দ্য ইন্ডাস্ট্রি itself also want that kind of opportunity. Then there you can consider the other aspects related to the economical factor of the state or the country. It's also very vital. You will have to consider the engineering aspects relating how the engineering field is operating, what kind of say minerals. There are a lot of organizations who require a lot of minerals relating to their production field. That may be coal, or that may be iron, or other minerals also. So getting this kind of element is essential. The transportational aspects, the distance of getting this product is required to be very vital for the establishment of any industry inside the country itself. So whenever we are considering all these aspects, we'll see that these are the aspects are required to be considered for the say for the field of organizational behavior. These are the fields which are existing in the economy of behavioral aspects of the organization for its expansion, for its establishment. এই পর্যন্ত আজকে থাক, বুঝেছো? আমি একটু রোল কলটা করছি, যাদের রোল কল হয়ে যাবে প্লিজ তারা একটু লিভ করবে, হ্যাঁ, কারণ বাকিদের আইডেন্টিফাই করতে সুবিধা হবে। সৌমদীপ, 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 is there Sowmodip?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sowmodip is there. Shanu, Shanu Pradhan, serial number 2. Shanu, Shanu ছিল দেখেছি।
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shustik, Shustik, Shustik Nayak.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Billy.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Polomi
Thank you, sir.
Chatterjee. Polomi is there? Polomi, not. Vidya Thapa.
Sure.
Polomi done. Polomi done. Okay. Vidya Thapa. Okay. Thank you. Supriyo is not there. Polash Chand. Polash is there? No. Pratik Chatterjee. Pratik is there? Pratik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Thank you. Pratik. Polomi Sarkar. Polomi Chatterjee একজন আছে, সরকার একজন আছে। Ramiz Raja. Anjali Tiwari is there? No. Chandrima Datta. Chandrima is there? Chandrima. Noren Ruidash. Is there Noren Ruidash? সব ঘুমিয়ে পড়েছে গরমে ঠান্ডায়। Sure. Amarjit Kumar. Orpita Kole. Orpita. Himadri. Justin is there? Justin.
Hello,
Justin
sir.
is not there.
Sir.
Okay,
Hello?
Justin.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Justin
sir.
is there.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, actually, I have network issue.
Sagorika.
Yes, sir.
Hello, sir.
Okay, done. Sagorika Sarkar done. যাদের হয়ে যাচ্ছে প্লিজ একটু লিভ করে যাও, তাহলে সুবিধা হবে।
Hello,
সৌম
sir.
মণ্ডল।
I'm
সৌম।
Suri.
Yes,
Just
sir. Yes, sir.
okay. Shomo is there.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Shubham Kumar De, Shubham,
Present, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shubham.
Present, sir.
Okay. Then. Surabhi Kumari, Surabhi, Surabhi.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Surabhi, thank you. Shreyoshi, Shreyoshi, Shreyoshri, না শ্রেয়সী, শ্রেয়শ্রী দেখেছিলাম মনে হচ্ছে। দেখ, প্রতিভা, দয়াল, বিশাল সাহা, বিশাল, is there বিশাল? Amit Kumar Das, Amit Kumar Das.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Amit, you can leave. Amit. Indrani Mukherjee.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Indrani, done. You can leave, Indrani.
Yes, sir.
Onesha,
Yes,
what?
sir.
Okay,
Yes,
done.
sir.
Onesha, done. Jeet Shaha, Jeet Shaha.
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, Jeet Shah, done.
Yes, sir.
Ahmed Kamal Khan, नहीं मिला. अच्छा, Priya Khan, not there. Ayantika Rajwardhan.
Yes,
Ayantika,
sir. Roy Bordhun.
okay, Ayantika done. Thank you. Neha Sharma, Neha. Saurabh De, Saurabh was there probably. Saurabh was there. Shoikat Malik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, done. Sucheta,
Thank you, sir.
okay. Sucheta, not here. এটা কে? Anuj Kumar Singh, not he is there. Abhijit Shah,
Yes, sir.
Abhijit done. No. Okay, thank you.
Thank
Ankita
you, sir.
Mukherjee, Ankita,
Yes, sir, I'm here.
okay. Ankita
Thank you,
done.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shubhadeep Ghosh, is there Shubhadeep? Okay, Shubhadeep done. Ritisha,
Yes, sir.
okay, Ritisha done.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, done. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ankon Mondal, Pratik Das,
Yes, sir.
okay, Pratik
Yes, sir.
done. Okay. Dhrubajyoti Datta, Dhrubajyoti, okay, thank you. আচ্ছা, বুদ্ধদীপ্ত বুদ্ধদীপ্ত আছে? সায়ন মল্লিক, একজন সায়ন মালিক
Yes, sir.
আছে?
Present, sir. Present,
ওকে,
sir.
তুমি মল্লিক, ওকে, ডান।
Yes, sir. Malik.
ওকে, রৌনক দত্ত, শুভজিৎ ঘোষ,
Yes, sir.
ওকে, ডান, শুভজিৎ ডান।
Thank you, sir.
সুদীপ্ত মন্ডল,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Thank you, sir.
Just Lakshmi Haldar is there. Lakshmi, not.
Nice, sir.
Okay, thank you. দেবায়ন, এটা কি? দেবাঞ্জলি কুমার নাকি এটা?
Yes, sir.
ওকে,
Kundu, sir.
দেবাঞ্জলি কুন্ডু, সরি স্যার।
Yes, sir.
ঠিক আছে, ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ। সুদীপ্ত মুখার্জি, সুদীপ্ত না সুদীপ্তা? সুদীপ্ত মুখার্জি, is she there? Is he or she? আমি বুঝতে পারছি না, যাই হোক। প্রিয়াঙ্কা মাহাতো, নেই। পায়েল উসানি, রত্না নেই। ইয়াসির আরাফাত, is there? No.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Payal.
Yes, sir.
Sir, Yasir also here, sir.
Yasin, I have got it.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, Payal.
Sir, Anuj Kumar Singh.
হ্যাঁ, অনুজ কুমার সিং, I have got it.
স্যার পায়েলকে দিয়েছেন?
হ্যাঁ বাবা, দিয়েছি, কোনো চিন্তা নেই। ঠিক আছে, প্রিয়াঙ্কা ঠাকুর, অভিনন্দন কুমার রয়, অভিনন্দন is not there. জয়জিৎ, পায়েল দত্ত,
Yes, sir.
পায়েল দত্ত, ওকে। সুস্বাস্থ্য, সুস্বাস্থ্য, শাশ্বত, শাশ্বত মুখার্জি, শাশ্বত ইজ দেয়ার, শাশ্বত। আফতাব আলম, আফতাব আলম, শুভম সরকার, না, সুশোভন সরকার, সরি, সুশোভন সরকার।
Yes, sir.
ওকে ওকে, ডান, সুশোভন, ডান। শুভম ইসলাম, শুভম,
Yes, sir.
ওকে,
Yes,
ডান,
sir.
চন্দন কুমার ঝা, চন্দন, not there. আচ্ছা। রনি সাহা, রনি সাহা ইজ দেয়ার। ত্রিদীপ কুমার ঘোষ, সৃজিত দাস, সৃজিত, সৃজিত। বিশ্বজিৎ বণিক, বিশ্বজিৎ বণিক। অঙ্কিতা কুমার, অঙ্কিতা কর্মকার, অঙ্কিতা কর্মকার, অঙ্কিতা আছে, নেই। শামীন সরকার, নেই। সুদীপ্ত হালদার, শ্রাবণী বাগ, অর্ণব প্রামাণিক,
Sir.
অর্ণব প্রামাণিক ইজ দেয়ার, হ্যাঁ, অর্ণব
Yes.
দেয়ার, ওকে ওকে, ডান, অর্ণব ডান, ইউ ক্যান লিভ। সৈকত নন্দী, সৈকত নন্দী। আশিস কুমার মাহাতা, অমিত মন্ডল,
আশিস
আশিস,
কুমার মাহাতা।
ওকে
হ্যাঁ।
ওকে, অমিত, অমিত, অমিত। আমির খুরশিদ, আমির খুরশিদ, আচ্ছা, এটা হচ্ছে ভিকি যাদব।
পায়েল
জাস্ট,
দত্ত।
হ্যাঁ, পায়েল দত্ত দিয়েছি, পায়েল দত্ত, পায়েল দত্ত না, জাস্ট এ
হ্যাঁ।
মিনিট দাঁড়াও, কোথায় রাখলাম যেন একটা, একটুখানি দাঁড়াও। পায়েল, হ্যাঁ, পায়েল দত্ত, পায়েল দত্ত দিয়েছি, পায়েল দত্ত দিয়েছি, ওকে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার।
অমিত কুমার মন্ডল, নেই। আমির খুসরো, নেই। ভিকি যাদব, ভিকি যাদব, নেই। শুক্লা মন্ডল, শুক্লা মন্ডল ইজ নট দেয়ার। আচ্ছা, কার কার বাদ রইলো বলো তো একটু, যারা নতুন মনে হচ্ছে।
স্যার দীপন মল্লিক।
দীপন,
স্যার শুভদীপ গোস্বামী। আমার
এক
স্যার
সেকেন্ড,
সৌরভ দে।
এক এক করে বলি। শুভদীপ গোস্বামী, তাই না?
ইয়েস।
শুভদীপ গোস্বামী, শুভদীপ গোস্বামী এমসিএস না এসটি?
সরি স্যার।
এমসিএস আর এসটি জানো না, কোন সেকশন জানো না, যাই হোক।
কোন সেকশন তো
শুভদীপ
জানি না
গোস্বামী,
স্যার।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। শুভদীপ গোস্বামী কি কোথা থেকে আসছো?
নরেন্দ্রপুর।
নরেন্দ্রপুর, নরেন্দ্রপুরে কোথায়?
মেরুজিন কমপ্লেক্স।
ও, মেরুজিন কমপ্লেক্স, মানে তোমরা এখানে নতুন মানুষ নাকি?
না না, আমি অনেকদিন ধরে, আমি কলেজেই তো পড়লাম, বিবিএ করেছি।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। আমরা তো সব নরেন্দ্রপুর, সেই জন্য বলছি।
আচ্ছা।
যাই হোক, তোমার ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড কি বিবি এখানকারই?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে। ইন্দ্রজিৎ, ইন্দ্রজিৎ, শুভদীপ তুমি,
ইয়েস স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার বলুন। ইয়েস স্যার।
শুভদীপ লিভ করে যাও।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। প্রেজেন্ট স্যার।
ইন্দ্রজিৎ টাইটেল কি?
ইন্দ্রজিৎ কেশরী। স্যার সৌরভ দে।
এক সেকেন্ড, ইন্দ্রজিৎ টাইটেল, ইন্দ্রজিৎ টাইটেল,
স্যার কেশরী, কেশরী।
ইন্দ্রজিৎ কেশরী, ইন্দ্রজিৎ কামিং ফ্রম হুইচ, ওয়্যার?
স্যার আই এম ফ্রম কুলটি আসানসোল।
কুলটি আসানসোল। ও, ইয়োর ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড,
হ্যাঁ স্যার, এটা নিউ, ফার্স্ট টাইম ভর্তি হয়েছি।
না না, তোমার ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড কি, বিবিএ, বিএসসি, বিকম, কি?
বিবিএ।
বিবিএ,
হ্যাঁ।
ঠিক আছে, ডান, তুমি লিভ করে যাও। সৌরভ, সৌরভ কি টাইটেল?
স্যার দে।
সৌরভ, সৌরভ দে। আমি, তুমি কি আগে ভর্তি হয়েছিলে? সৌরভকে ডেকেছিলাম না
হ্যাঁ
কোথাও?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম, তো প্রেজেন্টের জন্য।
আচ্ছা, সৌরভ দে, দাঁড়াও, আমি কোথায় যেন লেখা আছে সৌরভ দে, এক সেকেন্ড দেখছি, জাস্ট এ মিনিট। সৌরভ দে কোথায় যেন দেখলাম, সৌরভ দে, হ্যাঁ সৌরভ দে, ঠিক আছে, সৌরভ দে প্রেজেন্ট, ঠিক আছে, ওকে। সৌরভ লিভ করে যেতে পারো, সৌরভ লিভ করতে পারো। আচ্ছা, অনিকেত, অনিকেত,
ইয়েস স্যার।
অনিকেত টাইটেল কি?
উপাধ্যায় স্যার।
অনিকেত উপাধ্যায়, কোথা থেকে আসছে অনিকেত?
স্যার সোনারপুর।
সোনারপুরে কোথায়?
স্যার আমাদের কলেজটা আছে না, ওইটা পার করে একটা পাম্প পড়ে, মানে ইন্ডিয়ান অয়েলের, ওইটা পার করে আরেকটু গিয়ে মানে শিমুলতলার ওখানে ঠিক।
ও, শিমুলতলা ওখানে বাড়ি, আচ্ছা।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ড
না স্যার, আমার বিএসসি অনার্স জুওলজি।
জুলজি, আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ঠিক আছে, তুমি লিভ করে যাও।
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
ওকে, দেন আর কে বাকি রইলো?